8 title, Diversity in an Inclusive Mathematics Classroom, a Student Perspective. 1. How to cite. Helena Ross, Diversity in an Inclusive Mathematics Classroom, a Student Perspective. Journal of Mathematics Teacher Education. Vol. 13, Number 3, 2012. B. Introduction. 1. Problems. How is a multidisciplinary Introduction: 1. Problems. How is multidisciplinary open access archive for the deposit and dissemination of scientific research documents, whether they are published or not? One important issue arising when talking about the ability of individuals is labeling. There are many teachers that claim that in order to be able to meet the diversity of students, they have to label them in some way. So ASCO 2015 claims that meeting diversity does not imply that we have to label the student because labeling might perpetuate exclusion instead of promoting inclusion. 2. Gap. It seems that when scholars talk about diversity in mathematics, they almost always speak of inclusion in the same way. Example, Bisot 10 and Bradcast says 2015, indicating the two notions are closely related. When investigation future inclusion, if used as a tool in classroom, can be seen as a way of meeting diversity supporting all learners within a local community. Diversity, on the other hand, is not often defined but used together with gender and culture. It is also used together with specific subject area in mathematics, student performance within this area. Hence, diversity is here connected to some kind of ability in mathematics. Academically, diversity can be connected to different things. In this paper, diversity is connected to inclusion on the level of optimizing student performance in mathematics. 3. Purpose. Purpose in an ethnographic approach is used, meaning the research participates directly in the social setting collection data without meaning being imposed on the participant. The ethnographic approach also offers in-depth study, which can be used to follow a process in particular case, such as to be included in mathematics teaching and learning. An ethnographic study usually investigates people's action and accounts in an everyday context.
J. Methods. Content or design methodology the approach uses in their research is discourse analysis and the data consistent of observation from two classes. They covers all forms of interaction, both spoken and written, and have proposed a toolkit for analyzing the interaction. The tools put focus on the combination and ask questions of the text, hence in the research the tools in uses and methodological tool. 1. Participant or sampling. He focus in this research is on student is special education need is mathematics. Since student special education needs are here defined as needs of another teaching than the regular mathematics teaching. This is not unproblematic since in seasonal a level of student in the sites. 3. Data collection or instrument. Discourse analysis is chosen as approach because of the power of the eye to focus on language interaction and language above or beyond. The stance G 2014 I and is a planetary power of social context and meaning making. The focus of the A is on language and text what we actually can see, hear and write. In the study ethnography was applied together with the eye in order to make student expression of mathematical teaching and learning passive. The eye and the ethnographic approach complement as other in the research. The eye purpose take an annihilation lesson with ethnographical purpose as with condition reason. Number 4. Variables. Effective mathematics teaching. Teacher believes on cross-cultural study. 5. Data analysis or statistic. The I used from the perspective of the 2014-2014b. Sign this focus is description and I intend to describe how students want to participate in an inclusive mathematics classroom to be able to have optimal opportunities to learn. From the perspective the I covers all forms of interaction, both speaking and writing, and he proposes a toolkit for analyzing the instruction. The results are in the analysis data. Their terms are using G 2014 For Team B, terminology there stage opening in the merger. The first theme was about how students went into participate from organization perspective. The second theme was about text, the did or the non like, and the third theme was how did students want a mathematical lesson to be like for optimal learning opportunity. A. Conclusion or suggestion. Conclusion the results how both overlapping and divergent is originally how students experiencing in inclusive mathematics the classroom and having optimal opportunities to learn mathematics regarding organizational aspect. Jeff and Ronaldo stresses the need of being in a small group outside the classroom from time to the time, even though the school promised special inclusion. On Billy and Edward Heckley collaboration in order to have opportunity to learn. Education, a diverse picture of how students want to participate in inclusive mathematics classroom to be able to exit of learning opportunity experience in their. Although this is not universal in it is important to highlight this diversity and address the question of how the organization and the education can support the diversity in order for students to be included on mathematics. This is not just online special included but is also included in the teaching of mathematics. The diversity of how students want to participate in the mathematics classroom, the efforts in the rise stress the need for diversity and mathematics education at school, diversity and inclusive mathematics classroom as student perspective.